How's it going? I'm going to play some Diablo 3 Rise of the Necromancer, which just got released today. So, just created my new Necromancer character. Looks pretty cool as the basic. No, that doesn't show anything. But someone on Reddit pointed out just how horrible this icon is. So without further ado, let's jump into the campaign. I'm going to be playing probably just the campaign today. Just starting from level 1. So nothing super exciting, but I'm really looking forward to getting into the new Necromancer class. Obviously from Diablo 2, Necromancer was my main on D2, so looking forward to it. Let's give it a shot. Cool.
I am near the fallen star, and the dead it raised.
Right. That icon is hideous. I do like the idea that I'm starting off with a level 1 character, but with 700 Paragon points. Not something I've. Well, that's cool. Not something I've actually ever done because I. Wow, what is this spell? Bone spikes. Okay, and a basic melee attack. Not something I've ever done because I normally start a new character on a season, so I'm starting without any Paragon levels. Wow, this guy's pretty OP to start off with. Normally they take like 3 hits.
Where is the fallen star?
It fell on the old cathedral. There was only one survivor. Leah, you should speak with her.
Captain Rumford, more dead are coming.
We can't open the gates until we drive them back.
They keep coming.
Wow, this spell is insane.
I've never seen anyone fight like that before. Guards, open the
I've played this campaign so many times. And I always love when he says, I've never seen anyone fight like that before. When literally everyone fights like that. Oh, Bone Spear. Oh. Oh. Essence doesn't recover.
By the grace of the ancients.
Not even when you talk to this guy. Whoops. I do like starting a fresh campaign. I get bored of it pretty quickly, but I always like the beginning of this game. When things are nice and simple and...
Did you survive the fallen star?
I did, but it blasted my uncle Deckard Cain into the depths of the old cathedral. I tried to search for him, but the dead were already rising. I came back here to rally the militia, but... Watch out! The wounded are turning!
This is killing business.
The dead will overwhelm us all.
Yes. That is why I am here.
Thank you. You should speak with Captain Rumford at the... We've been under siege for 6 days now. Uncle Deckard is still missing. Captain Rumford and the others are losing hope. I tell them not to lose faith, but if help doesn't arrive soon...
Oh yeah, that's cool. I actually haven't played Diablo since they updated this. Used to be that you would have all... Oh god. Oh, my stash is so full. Wait, I should have had 2 extra stash tabs for buying the Necromancer pack. That's cool. Yeah, used to be that your entire stash is filled up with this crap, and now they've just moved it off. I wonder how I'm supposed to get essence. I guess, is this a generator? Oh, it's a generator, okay.
I will bring peace to the risen dead.
I admire your courage, but Captain Dalton and the militia were slaughtered by those things. Only I survived.
I have experience in these matters.
Well, I have seen you fight. Strike at the wretched mothers and their queen. They're the ones vomiting out these horrors.
They're attacking the barricades!
That's one of the wretched mothers. There are more of them in the ruins down the road.
So goth.
I, Deckard Cain, have spent many years traveling and writing about the strange creatures in our world, but the sight of the wretched mothers still haunts me. They are the remnants of Queen Asilla's slaughtered handmaidens who were twisted by foul magic. Now they feast upon cadavers and regurgitate them as newly formed, risen dead.
These creatures are young. Their nest must be close.
Dear reader, I am Abd al-Hazir, adventurer, scholar, and researcher. I share my knowledge of this incredible world and its creatures through my insightful missives, often at grave risk to myself. Why, I was recently in Honduras, where my tents were ransacked by vicious quill fiends. I was able to beat them off with a shoe, but a less bold man would have fared far worse.
Okay. 150%. 150%. So. Don't these normally have 4 or 5 skills? I feel like he has less skills than most classes. Necromancer.
Old Tristram. Diablo once walked these lands.
Whoa. So I guess this has a wider area effect. Oh, I see. There's corpses everywhere. So you wouldn't normally have this, but I guess that's used as a resource by a lot of necro spells. I'm guessing the trade-off here is that the Grim Scythe has a wider AoE. Otherwise, it would be strictly worse than the bone shards. Is that what it's called? Bone spikes.
Thank you for your help. But
Interesting. If he lives, his knowledge could prove useful. I will help you find your uncle, Leah.
We'll need to open the cathedral.
Sorry, I'm gonna skip all of the other NPCs lines, but listen to the necro lines.
Here, let me open the gate. Adria was my mother, but I don't know much about her. She died when I was very young. I was raised by Uncle Deckard.
Did you know your father?
I'm told he was a great warrior who was lost when Tristram fell to the demons. Look, a hidden cellar. Follow me.
Dark magic lingers here.
People said she was a witch, but I never believed it.
I have trained well.
Corpse explosion, yes.
Here's Here's the key, and my mother's journal. What I've seen of it is disturbing. I want to know more about her.
Leave that to me. You'd best stay and learn what you can.
Thank you.
Aiden came to me last night. I suspected what was lurking within his troubled heart. I consoled him as best I could. Regardless, wherever he's headed, hell will surely follow in his wake. The shadows close in on Tristram once again. But like Aiden, I'll be gone before they fall.
This soul is not yet at rest. Tristram Cathedral. The star fell below. Weakness consumes you.
Interesting. Corpse Explosion has no cooldown and no mana cost. Just the only limit is the corpses themselves. That's pretty cool. That's so good. You just need one to get the chain reaction started. That's very cool. Whoop. Oh, he doesn't have a corpse. I must admit that when I played Necro in D2, I just leveled it so poorly that I didn't actually have any good amount of levels on Corpse Explosion, and it wasn't worthwhile. So I mostly just used Bone Spear, which was just became so weak in the end. It was yeah. I didn't play Diablo 2 properly, let's just say. But I think that's kind of a weakness in Diablo 2, and one of the things that is often cited as the problem with Diablo 3, that it doesn't, so good, that it doesn't have that lock-in, that feeling of like that you've got investment in your character because you can change your skills whenever you want. Well, I see that as a huge plus because when I played D2, I was locked into the wrong skills, and yeah, it ended up being that my character wasn't leveled properly. Okay. Yep. Let's get some skeletons going. Last 6 seconds. What? You don't get skeletons to follow you around like you did. That's not very satisfying. I guess you just have to cast that a lot. But, you cast it at the end of a fight, it just wastes essence. That doesn't feel great.
Not enough essence.
Like, you have a choice between raising a skeleton out of a corpse or using Corpse Explosion. I think Corpse Explosion wins, right?
Please kill me. I don't want to change.
Oh, there you are. The battles don't last long enough for these mages to really be effective. Yeah, I don't like this unless there's like some legendary that makes them last longer, or makes them last forever, maybe.
Back to your grave.
My essence is too low.
They do a lot of damage. That's pretty good.
Thank you, but why did you risk yourself for me?
I believe we can aid each other. Your niece told me you were here.
Oh, it is wonderful to hear that Leah is well. I feared the worst. I learned of this secret passage through old maps I found.
It's kind of funny that they went through and written full voice lines and fully acted dialogue for the entire game, even though no one really plays the campaign anymore.
Uncle, you're alive!
Thanks to you and your friend.
I am not often called that. But I wish to know more about the fallen star.
The prophecy of the end days surely points to it as a sign.
Please, Uncle, not more of your stories.
The skeleton, he lost both of his.
I will find a way to lay him to rest.
The key to defeating him. Leia, you should not dismiss
This story is so stupid that like no one believes Deckard Cain and his crazy stories when the entire world was consumed by demons like 20 years earlier, but apparently no one believes him.
You are the blacksmith, aren't you?
Not now.
Death is a path all must tread. Allow me to help.
Thank you. Follow me.
My essence is too low.
Mela, my love, forgive me.
Adric, help me!
I have long waited for this knowledge.
I couldn't have done this without you.
There is a way you could repay me. I seek the crown of King Leoric.
I can help you there. It's buried with his Chancellor, my grandfather. You'll find his tomb in a cemetery in the Weeping Hollow. And if you see my fool apprentice out there, tell him to get back to town.
Something happened to this grave.
Cold ground welcomed the foul bodies of these cruel men. They sought to prolong their lives through forbidden magic at great and cruel cost to others. Their evil fed on itself until it
My
consumed them all.
essence is too
and
low.
they found themselves at the end of a hangman's rope.
I don't think I've ever had that event. Yeah, I feel like skeletal mages would be okay if it costs 0 essence, just like the corpse explosion. Because when something costs both essence and corpses, it means that you need to kind of set it up by having a fight first. I mean, I guess once you set it up, then you'll have some essence to use on it. Right? See, this guy's gonna be useless.
essence is too low. Weakness consumes you. Weakness consumes you. My master would take pride in this.
Okay, let's go back to Bone Sphere. Oh. A legendary. Oh, it's LEORIC'S crown. No, it's broken crown. Oh, it's LEORIC'S crown. Well, there you go. Wait, what? Monster kills grant +6 experience. I guess this is the one.
I'm on the mend.
I guess that +6 experience isn't the normal effect, but the normal effect is the increase the effective gem. So you put a experience gem. Yeah. LEORIC'S crown is the thing that you always. The reason why you basically play the start of the campaign every season, you go find LEORIC'S crown, which is a guaranteed drop from LEORIC, and then you put a gem in it and you increase experience. And sometimes you get lucky. In fact, this is not the first time I've been lucky and found LEORIC'S crown on the way to LEORIC'S crown. Kind of ironic for the story because this entire quest line that I'm doing is to find LEORIC'S crown. But obviously this legendary isn't going to count. Still have to do the quest. It looks a bit silly.
This world can abide you no longer.
Oh, I can raise the difficulty. Sure. Huh. What's the deal with that? Can you raise the difficulty only from normal to hard?
I think the crown is nearby.
I'm wearing it. Oh, I actually chose correctly. That's cool. This build's going to be hard against bosses. Having no corpses to explode. I've played builds like this before and it's just horrible because you do so much damage. Like builds that are based on the number of monsters nearby. You do so much damage. When there's lots of monsters and then you get to a boss and it's just your output goes to 0.
No, I will not allow you to bring that monster Leoric back to this world. I am returning to town.
Whoa, what is that? A phylactery. Is that just a heart? A once beating heart? Oh, I guess I could have spent some of my 7 billion gold.
Each of my items is very special to me, but I suppose I can sell you 1 or 2 things if I must.
It's all crap. Actually, I could buy a sash. And shoulders? No.
You found the crown. It's good to work again.
Enough about the crown. Salvage my stuff.
New as the day it was placed upon the Black King's head. I need something more than making space. I have retrieved the crown.
At last.
There is no other way to reach it.
Some devious little goblins have been robbing our merchants. When pursued, they simply open portals and disappear with the most aggravating chuckle. As peasantry seem to believe that the goblins serve a great demon lord known as Greed. And furthermore, that their portals lead to Greed's domain. Ludicrous notion, truly.
Accept this. I'm trying to die.
What? Screw you. Oh, missed one. Target an enemy to summon projectiles from nearby corpses. Alright, we'll try that. Bone Spike's got a upgrade. Oh, it is actually a beating heart. That's pretty cool. I like that.
I'm afraid not. That foe will die.
This doesn't do a lot of damage. Oh, these are champions actually. Come over here to the corpse.
I'm afraid not. That is not possible.
Why not?
I must have a corpse.
What? There was a corpse. That is a corpse. What is wrong?
I'm afraid not.
What's wrong with this corpse? Can I explode it? Yes. What's the difference? Oh, target an enemy to summon projectiles from a corpse. Okay.
I must have a corpse.
But it's not AoE. So that's not great. It's a cool effect, but you have to target everyone individually. Nowhere near as fun as corpse explosion.
Who are you?
You will know. Tell me, what brought you to this infernal place?
I must slay the Skeleton King.
Then our aims align.
Wait, what's going on? These are my skeletons now? That's cool. Oh, it's just passive. Oh, nice. That's much better than skeletal mages. Oh, shit. Suddenly we have an army. This is great. This is great. Attack the target and increase damage by 50%. Alright, this is cool now. Does that destroy the corpses, though? They don't even have a timer. That's cool. Grim Scythe. Below 20% health has a chance to be instantly killed. Okay. I feel like that's not that useful at the moment because I'm going to be killing things in less than 5 shots. Uh-oh. Did I go the wrong way? Ah, I was supposed to follow him.
I am Cormac, warrior
Yeah,
of
yeah.
our order. If it is the Skeleton King you seek, then you will have to fight your way past John Dar. There is no reason we should hunt alone. If you insist.
I can think of one reason.
Black magic bars our way, but the will of a Templar is stronger. You were a Templar, John Dar. How could you succumb to this?
The Coven is my brotherhood now. The powers we serve will soon rule this world. Please forgive me. My vision is clouded by the Coven's evil magic.
Betrayal can never be forgiven. Thank you for your aid. If we find...
Do as you please. Such books do not interest me.
Then onwards we go.
Okay.
It is good to fight with you again. I will use it well.
My name is Lochdannon, and I am cursed. Once the captain of King LEORIC'S army, I lived only to honor my land and my king. No man has a greater love for his king than I had for mine, even as I drove my blade through his dark and corrupted heart.
A well-deserved death.
Lazarus. Of that I am certain. He alone had the king's ear, and whispered dark and evil magics into it, instilling the notion of an imminent attack by Westmarch. Afraid to speak against the Archbishop, the councillors nodded their empty heads in agreement, and sent us off to die.
Do not fear the end.
Consuming a corpse at 20% has a spawner health globe. Does this consume a corpse? Consuming a corpse increases your movement speed. Oh, that seems more worthwhile.
A useful skill.
The night embraces you.
Oh, I just realized that I could have socketed a gem in here because it's my main account and I have gems. Yeah, I'll probably do that. Oh, two-handed scythe. No, I want this beating heart. What did I have before?
I tried to count how many we've killed, but I've lost track.
I guess it was that spear.
Cycle.
Oh yeah, you can see that speed boost when you use Corpse Explosion. Pretty cool. Come back here. Stand near the corpses. What? Ugh. The hell? Did I just change that by accident? I think so. Oh well, time for a change. That's new. Socket a gem. Wow, that's a lot of gems. Plus 35 experience. That's the one, right? So now I should have 65% experience. There's some weird graphical glitches. I feel like this text is not quite right as well. Oh yeah, that's wrong. Yeah, I've just noticed some graphical glitches. Maybe it's the streaming software, maybe it's DirectX, something 64-bit version, whatever, just changed. They just changed the rendering in a recent patch.
This burden is mine to bear. May death bring peace from your madness, Leoric.
Traitors! Even in death, the armies of Condorus will still obey their king. Even you will not. You dare to bring the warmth of life into my tomb?
We shall put you down, Hellspawn!
I have long waited for this knowledge.
Leave a corpse behind when they die. Oh, that's pretty cool. Let's go back to that.
You were defeated the moment you surrendered to madness.
Maybe I've got cinematics turned off. That could be it. Video? Ah, that explains why there was no intro cutscene. If you don't want cutscenes, don't play campaign.
My essence is too low.
Oh, this doesn't actually need a corpse. Oh, that's cool. Oh, and then they're going to generate corpses, so you can use corpse explosion. Nice, nice. That's how you fight bosses. Pretty cool. A better LEORIC'S crown.
The Shakarum high priests in Kurast proclaimed Leoric king of Kondurus many years ago. He ruled well and
the crater. This is unexpected. How did you...
I am.
Who are you?
I am not the darkness. The dark...
You must get to safety. Then we will find answers. I believed it was a fallen star. But in truth, it was only a man. And of course his memories have vanished. Perhaps Deckard Cain will know more. I found him in the crater.
no man could... A warrior. Your message might be...
Good choice.
All right, that's enough. Cool. Well, what does he look like? He looks silly, but this is really cool. Corpse explosion is great. I found a kind of a build that I'm starting to work on with the skeletal mages dropping corpses and then corpse explosion and then the siphoning to generate essence. Yeah, that's very nice. All right, see you next time.